Welcome back to Bipolar Talks, where we hold space for real, mindful conversations about living with bipolar disorder. This channel is all about honesty, empathy, and staying curious, because our stories are powerful, and being informed can literally save lives. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if it resonates with you or if you think it might help someone else. Your engagement helps more people find this safe space. Now, today's topic is tough. It's heavy, but it's one of the most important conversations we need to have. Why do people with bipolar disorder die younger? And more importantly, what can we do about it? Let's walk through this mindfully together. One truth at a time. Why life expectancy is shorter with bipolar disorder. Let's start with the uncomfortable fact. People with bipolar disorder on average live 8 to 12 years less than those without the condition. Yes, almost a decade shorter. That's a birthday never reached, a trip never taken, a child not seen grow up. And when I first learned this, I didn't want to believe it. Felt unfair, cruel even. But knowledge, though painful, is power. If we can understand the why, we can start to change the what now. Have you ever heard this statistic before? How does it make you feel? Sit with that. Let's keep going. It's not just the brain, it's the whole body. We often talk about bipolar disorder as a mental illness, and it is, but what gets overlooked is just how deeply it affects the entire body. From our nervous system to our immune response, from our energy levels to our sleep, from our thoughts to our choices, this illness touches everything. The result? People with bipolar disorder have a risk of early death that's 3 times higher than the general population. Not 10% or 30%. 3 times. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to bring awareness, because we can't change what we don't understand. Do you feel like bipolar has affected your body as much as your mind? Let's explore that together. How age of onset changes the equation. Another thing that matters? When we're diagnosed. The average age of diagnosis is in the mid to late 20s, but for many of us, symptoms start much earlier. For me, it began in my teens. Waves of energy, crashes of despair, sleepless nights, racing thoughts, but no one named it back then. And the earlier the symptoms show up, the more years they impact. This means more chances for things like chronic stress, unstable routines, poor lifestyle habits, and neglected health to build up slowly over time. Can you trace your symptoms back to an earlier time in your life? That history is part of your healing. Bipolar disorder and physical illness. The silent link. Now let's talk about something we rarely hear in doctors' offices. Bipolar disorder dramatically increases the risk of several serious physical health issues. We're talking about heart disease, cancer, diabetes, respiratory conditions, metabolic syndrome. These aren't just buzzwords. They're life-threatening conditions that slowly chip away at our health, often without us realizing it. Metabolic syndrome alone, this combination of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, inflammation, weight gain, and blood sugar imbalances, is like a silent alarm. And it's common in people with bipolar. When was your last physical checkup? Your body is speaking. Are you listening? The hidden role of smoking. Here's a lifestyle factor that many of us struggle with: tobacco use. The truth? Up to 75% of people with bipolar disorder smoke. That's a staggering number. And when you add smoking to the already heightened risks that come with bipolar disorder, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. The risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer skyrocket. I think of my own father. He had undiagnosed bipolar and was a lifelong smoker. He died of a heart attack at just 51. That's not a number. That was my dad. Do you or someone you love still smoke? This isn't about blame. It's about finding your why to change. Suicide, the most devastating risk. We can't talk about bipolar without talking about suicide. It's hard. It's painful. But we have to be honest. Research shows that up to 60% of people with bipolar disorder will attempt suicide at least once, and about 1 in 5 will die from it. These numbers are heartbreaking, and they're part of the reason our life expectancy is so much shorter. But here's what I want to say. You are not a statistic. You are not alone, and suicidal thoughts do not define who you are. Have you ever felt that deep, dark pull? Please know there is help. there is hope, and there is healing. So what can we do? Reclaiming our health one step at a time. Okay, deep breath. Let's pivot from why we're at risk to how we can fight back. The World Health Organization lists several key lifestyle factors that can dramatically increase our life expectancy. And no, they're not fancy, expensive, or complicated, but they do take awareness and intention. Let's walk through them slowly and with compassion. 1. Nutrition. Feeding the brain and body. Food is more than fuel. It's medicine, especially for a brain that rides emotional roller coasters. Some folks with bipolar find that the keto diet helps stabilize mood and manage weight. But keto isn't for everyone. What matters most is nutrient-dense eating. Think veggies, fruits, lean meats, whole grains, nuts, seeds. Personally, I love smoothies. They're easy on bad days and packed with goodness. I also try to avoid sugary snacks and refined carbs because they spike my mood in all the wrong ways. What's one small kind change you could make to your meals this week? Even just more water counts. 2. Avoiding substances, reclaiming clarity. Substance use and bipolar often walk hand in hand. When pain is intense, escape seems like relief. But the cost is high. Over half of people with bipolar have a history of drug use. Nearly half struggle with alcohol. And self-medicating can worsen mood instability, increase hospitalization, and shorten lifespan. I've been there. I understand the pull, but every moment of sobriety is a victory, no matter how small. Is there a pattern you're ready to gently question? You don't have to quit alone. You deserve support. 3. Movement, strengthening the mind through the body. Exercise doesn't have to mean marathons or boot camps. It just means moving, intentionally, lovingly, consistently. Some days all I can manage is a stretch on the floor. Other days I walk around the block or dance to one song. That's enough. The goal is 30 to 60 minutes daily, but perfection isn't the point, presence is. What kind of movement would feel good in your body today? Your body deserves that care. 4. Managing blood pressure, the silent protector. High blood pressure is a major risk factor for early death, but it's so easy to overlook, especially when our minds are already overloaded. Simple habits help. Reduce salt, manage stress, quit smoking, improve sleep, and if needed, take medications. Each step matters. Could checking your blood pressure become an act of self-love? Your heart deserves that attention. The foundation of it all, treat the bipolar first. Here's the truth I've learned. Everything improves when I manage my bipolar well. When my mood is more stable, I make better food choices. I feel fewer cravings. I move my body with more ease. I sleep better. My blood pressure and stress go down. Treating bipolar disorder is the foundation that holds everything else up. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. How's your treatment plan right now? Therapy, medication, support system? You're worth that investment. Thank you for walking through this tender, powerful topic with me today on Bipolar Talks. I hope this gave you not fear but fuel, not shame but strength. Because understanding these risks gives us the power to fight for our lives. One breath, one choice, one day at a time. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your voice helps more people find the support they need. And remember, this video is for informational purposes only. Please consult with qualified mental health or medical professionals when making any decisions about your treatment or care. Until next time, stay mindful, stay grounded, and above all, stay here. You are needed, you are loved, and your life is worth living.